Hi guys, welcome back to VWFarm. I'm Lucas and today I'm going to be stripping this VW Beetle engine. This is the Beetle that the engine is out. I was doing a video taking the engine out and getting it running again. But on further inspection, I've realised this engine's not actually going to run ever again. And I took this engine out in the first place because this part had snapped, and when we bought the car all the rockers were already out. So I was just stripping the engine down to get to the head so I could get this engine working again. Right, so I'm just going to start getting to this head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the tinware off first. And these screws are tight. This drill doesn't even have enough power to take these out. So this side of the engine seems to come out alright, however this side of the engine is extremely tight. So I've got some vice grips, so none of these screws will come out and they're just rounding. So let's get them out. There we go. So we've finally got that one out, and unfortunately every single one of these screws on this side of the engine is just being a pain. And by the looks of it, it's had a lot more water than the other side of the engine, because all this side is solid and this side's just all rusted away, as you can see in this part here as well. So then I'll get my vice grips and I'll go around all the heads and loosen them off. First little part off. These are the parts that go just on top. Let's get this off. There we go. That's that tin off. I think we'll definitely need a new one of these. Anyway, next thing we want to take off is this manifold. So let's get that off. This drill doesn't have enough power to take that out. Well, that was very, very tight. So I'm just taking these off, and it's just held on with this bolt and this bolt, and then it's onto the manifold, which I've already taken off. That's loose now. So I've got this manifold undone. Next thing that needs to come off is a fan shroud and the alternator, because the alternator comes with a fan shroud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top pulley off so I can get the belt off. I only wanted to get the belt off, so I'm putting this pulley back on so we don't lose it. So I'm trying to see if this belt will come off. There we go. So this fan shroud's held on by two little bolts at each side. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take off this holder just here, so that I don't have to take off this band, because this should be easier. And it just means that a big block's coming off in one go. So more of this engine we can keep together in one, the easier it'll be to put back together. So while I was just trying to get to that back bolt, I've just taken this fuel pump off, and it's full of oil and sludge. Right, see if this will come up. There we go. Finally got that fan shroud off. I should lift up as well. There we go. Getting down some now. This is where we are with this engine. It's absolutely filthy. Oh? So unfortunately it don't look like I'll be rebuilding this engine. So that big hole there definitely shouldn't be there. That's never going to run, is it? Right then, I think all the thing to do is this engine's going to have to get stripped down It's going to need a new block, new pistons, new everything, and this engine's pretty much knackered. I'm going to see if this engine will unseize, just so we can see it moving inside, to show you all what the engine does when it's running. And that's the crankshaft spinning round in there. Oh yes. Oh, it snapped off. That's unfortunate, but at least it's out. Need to do the same to the other side. Let's see if it'll come out of a screwdriver though. I think the screw should be here somewhere. Oh, it's just there. Oh yes, there we go. This side of the engine doesn't seem half as rusty as the other side. Now I've got that back piece off, I'm just going to see if these will come off. These heater boxes. As you can see, there's literally no thread left, it's all rusted away. But I'll still give it a go. Oh no, it's rounding it. Yeah, that ain't going. So that bolt's just rounded. Oh yeah, whatever it's connected to rusted off. Well, no need to take them out anyway. There we go, look. Whatever that is rusted off, and that screw is extremely tight, and so is that one. Look at the bottom of them. There's not even any thread there. Right, then I can finally get to the head. This is where I thought I needed to get to before I realised there were a big hole in the engine. Hopefully these ones aren't too tight, since there should be oil in here. Oh yeah, perfect. So this one's actually took the thread out the block. Now I've got this head undone, I need to get this exhaust off so that this side can come off, because this exhaust is connected to both sides. So I've just got this clamp off that holds the bottom of the exhaust in. Now I've got this side undone, I'm going to do this side. So both of these bolts have come out. This one's come out with a thread. Just get the bottom clamp off. So let's see if this exhaust will come off. Well, that's what I wanted to happen. That's popped out. That's unfortunate. It's seized in, is this? There we go. Oh, it's broke. So the exhaust here is fully just rusted off. But anyway, let's get it pulled off. There we go. Ooh. Full of rust with that. Look at all this water that's come out the engine. That's not good. That don't look very good. So that's the head off. And one of the barrels has come out with it as well. It was a problem. The con rod isn't connected to it. It looks to be all smashed up in there. So let's get this head out of the way. Then we'll have a proper look. That's the head inside. Right then, let's see what's gone on here. Oh God. Well, that's the con rod. That looks to have fully sheared off. It's connected to the piston just here. Can knock that out. So that's the piston, and this is the con rod, and that goes onto the crankshaft. So by the looks of it, it's fully snapped off of it, and that's probably snapped, gone round the engine, got stuck, and cracked through the case. Look at that. I think that's the other half. That's meant to be round. Anyway, let's get this one off and see what that looks like. There we go. So that's how it's supposed to look. The piston's meant to stay on and this should come off. So that's correct. It's just, as you can see, the piston should stay like that. And in here, it's just smashed into pieces. Right then, let's get this oil cooler off. And the last nut on it is just here at the top. I've already loosened it. Right, so now we've got the heads and barrels off, let's do the same to this side. So because this one has the rockers in, I'm going to take the rockers out so I can get to the nuts. Oh. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? They were like seized in, so I got them with a screwdriver and given a good push. It's fallen out onto the floor and snapped it. That's a shame. And there's a rod missing. Where's the other rod? It's supposed to be 4 of these, meant to be 1 in each hole, but there's only 3. Interesting. That's another head off. Oh, it seized in, is this one. I'm going to see if this will turn so the piston will come out some. Right, so I've got the piston as far in as it will go, so I'm going to try pull this out again. There we go. So we've got the heads and barrels off, so we're down to the block. I'm going to see if I can take this pulley bolt out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the casing. I'm going to take all the nuts out and bolts. I'm not sure if the casing will split with a flywheel and pulley in, but I guess we'll find out. Right, so I've got all the case bolts out. I'm just going to unbolt the oil cover and take the oil pump out. I need to unbolt this as well. So that's the oil pump in here. That spins round and pumps the oil. So I'm going to see if these will come out. There we go. They're like little cogs. There we go. Oh, and this one's come out with the inside bit. Not that much rubbish around that. Very dirty that is, it's not what you want in your engine. Right then, I think next thing I'm going to do is take this clutch out so we can get the flywheel off. There we go. That's the clutch off. I think that should still work fine, it just needs a good clean with some clutch cleaner. So next thing I need to do is get that massive bolt out so the flywheel comes off. So it's a size 36, let's see if it'll come off. Unfortunately, this nut is really tight and I'm unable to get it off with a snap-on gun. So I'm going to wait for the Milwaukee gun, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to get this bench cleaned up, ready to get it off. So I've got my Milwaukee gun, let's see if it works. Oh, it's a beauty, is this. Let's get the front pulley off as well. There we go. Right then, let's see if we can get these pulleys off then. So I've got 2 pry bars, let's see if this will pry off. Well, that one won't come undone, so let's try this. This should come off easy. Yeah, this one's coming alright. There we go, that's the flywheel off. So because this pulley's so tight, I've got this bearing puller. I've just got a socket on the end so it doesn't knacker the threads. So let's see if it'll do it. Just doing it. There we go. So that bearing puller did well. That's the pulley off. Right then, let's get this bit of tin off. Just screw there and there. Right then, I think that's everything off. So let's get this case in half. It's already unbolted, so it should just split apart. See how tight it is. So this side of the case doesn't seem to be opening up, and we haven't got a case splitter, so I've made my own. So let's see how well it works. Hopefully this will open up the case for us. There we go, we can actually see the case opening up just here. Yep, by the looks of it I need to take my piston out. I thought I might have to. A little clip out. Oh, it's still tight. There we go though. It's come off, that's the piston. That's his conrod. That's what this side should have. But the conrod's all smashed off. Let's get it lifted up. That's inside his block. Oh. Looks like we've got a few stuff smashed up in here. It's not just conrod. So I'll get both of these pistons off, exactly the same as the other one. Then we'll get the crank out. There we go. And that's his case. It's a real big shame that this engine won't be able to go back together. You can see it's been off the road for a few years with all this rust inside the engine. So here's the case and some of the parts. As you can see, the camshaft is fully split into parts. It's just shattered. This piston's gone to pieces. And this is my box of parts. They'll definitely come in handy. The flywheel and the clutch. I've already got a car that needs a new clutch, so that might even come in handy for that one, because it don't look bad at all. So maybe a video will be coming up soon of fitting that clutch. So if you like this type of content and you want to watch us use some of these parts fixing all those Beetles, please give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.